Alright guys, it's Dokkan time again, and today is kind of a almost educational type of Dokkan video. I want to talk about what the top 5 best reasons to have a friend unit or to choose your friend unit. Well, I'm still like wrangling around in my head about what the title of this will be. But basically there's 5 specific rules you should go over in your head every time you choose your own unit and every time you pick someone else's unit as your friend unit. And at a certain point, it should just be kind of default, unless you're just doing like a stupidly easy stage, and then, it doesn't really matter too much. But, if you're going into a Red Zone Fusion Zamasu fight, you're double checking everything on that unit. You're making sure it's got enough dupes, it's not just 55%. You're making sure you got like at least big bad bosses links like up there. Friends units matter a lot. They matter a lot, and honestly, they pretty much sway the way that any battle can go. So I'm going to try and give my personal like top 5 rulings of what I go through with my friends list, the units I choose for actually bringing to the fights, and when I'm choosing my own friend support leader for everybody else to use. The first ruling that I want to go over is going to be relevance. Now, relevance means what the unit is. What are they relevant of the meta of what you're doing, what the game is, where it's at in that point. So in the case of like on JP, they got Beast Gohan right now. Beast Gohan is obviously the most relevant unit in the bloody game. So obviously every Beast Gohan is pretty much a standard, yeah, that's a great pick of a friend unit. There's no issues here. Not to mention he's fresh, he's new, he's right out the gate in less than a month ago. So, people are going to want to use him. So relevance is definitely a top thing that I would highly suggest on that you pay attention to. If you look at my friend unit, this is my profile. If you look at my friend unit, I'm currently using God Goku as my friend unit. Now, is God Goku relevant? Well, yes, technically, but also technically no. Pure Saiyans, Hybrid Saiyans, that's a very large portion of the base of units to use. There's a lot of 200% units for his team. God Goku himself is still very much relevant. So, I mean, he's still a very solid unit, even though he came out a year ago. And right now, we're at Saiyan Day, right around the corner. So, yes, I would say the previous Saiyan Day unit is a relevant pick for a lot of people that want to just, try out a Saiyan Day team. Maybe they want to try and make a what-if team if it's Pure Saiyan led. It's stuff like that. Try to think about what the player base wants to use, what's currently available, etc., and so forth. If I had to choose like another leader that was like a quote-unquote relevant unit, I mean, you could easily be choosing like the LR Super Saiyan trio. They're easily one of the best units and teams in the game. So that would definitely be a relevant unit. Another relevant example would be like Limit Breaker Vegito, who is obviously just a very dominant force of a leader and team to use in the game. I mean, when this dude came out, and still to this day, right now, it's only been a couple months, he just whomps on everything. So, I mean, that is what I would consider like relevant units. When you get to other units, however, like I would say full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku is still a relevant leader, but he's like borderlining. And I'm saying that because GT Heroes is not really a good category right now. It's not the best. It's not terrible, because it has Super Saiyan 4 Goku and like the 8th anniversary GT Bomb duo. But outside of that, GT Heroes isn't really that, prominent right now. Full Power is fine though. Full Power is what makes him more so of a leader to be using right now, at least on global side. Other units that could be a very relevant leader would be like this AGL Vegito here, Goku and Vegeta. This is a very relevant leader. The Tech Zamasu, definitely a very high choice for, especially for extreme teams. Very all relevant units right there as just prime examples. I would like to give one other example of a relevant leader though, just to like keep in mind of it. keep in mind of what's going on in the game. Right now we have this Extreme Z area right here. Now this one, normally some Extreme Z areas force you to have a specific leader. And that one you have to choose what they give you. But like, behold the support memory boost. You have to use specific characters when you go into these fights. It would be really ideal to be choosing units that would help people get through the stage. Obviously, a lot of people that go through this boosted memory, they use the Vegeta because he just does a crap ton of damage, type advantage, whatever. He's just a very good choice for the leader skill. So it's instances like that of like new content that comes out that you want to keep in mind for other people. Like the most recent Super Battle Road stage, Defenders of Justice, you know. Even if you're stuck using like a really crappy leader for Defenders of Justice, I mean, you don't have like a Super Saiyan 4 Limit Breaker Vegito as one of your options. There is going to be other, well, there, like Videl would be the next best choice right there, obviously. Videl or other heroes leads. If you don't have anything else and you want to help a buddy out, try to like put that as your friend lead. That's fine. It's a brand new stage. People are still trying to get through it. So that is fine as far as relevance goes. But that's what I wanted to try and like get across. A relevant unit is something everyone's going to be wanting to use right now. One last example would be Nappa and Vegeta fight. If you go over and look, a lot of people are using like 23rd World Tournament Goku. People are using the Go Bros, like I was using. And those are like two of the primary team leaders that people are bringing in for the CZA. So therefore, choosing one of those as your leader would help out an immense amount of people, especially those who are struggling with the fight or if they want to just get higher up on the levels of it. So let's move on to the second one. Well, let's move on to the second one. So that, well, I guess it was number 5. It's number 5. This is number 4. Okay, we're going from like bottom to top. So the next big number, the number 4. I said the number 1 prior, but this is number 4. The number 4 big thing to really think about for your friend units is going to be dupes. Dupes mean everything. I really cannot emphasize that enough. Dupes matter a lot. Now, I put God Goku here as a reason because I don't have God Goku rainbowed. I don't have him rainbowed. No. I have him with 2 dupes, though. I do have him with 2 dupes. So, the thing is, the more dupes you have on your unit, the more higher stats they have. That's just a fact. The higher you're able to go up on these. So, for instance, if I had a 55% God Goku, he would actually have 2,000 less HP attack and defense. That's a huge difference. That's a huge difference. I'm telling you, that's a huge difference. Not to mention, I also have this level 7 Quip Orb on here. But that's a humongous difference on their damage and their defense. It's ginormous. It's just an absolutely absurd difference. But let's just kind of go like over. Let's go into some random thing here. Try to find another God Goku that's rainbow. Let's try to find a friend God Goku that's rainbowed, for example here. So this friend God Goku right here has a level 5 defense orb. He has 5,400 HP, 5,000 HP, and 4,600 defense. That's extra on top of what he already has. And my God Goku only has an extra 4,400, 4,000, and 3,600. So that God Goku has an extra 1,000 attack, 1,000 defense, 1,000 freaking HP, all across the board, and it's just a huge difference. It's just an absolute huge difference, and it will matter, especially when you get down to a lot of these fights that are like bare minimum. You know, you hit 700k defense and a normal comes out at you at 700k attack in 9th anniversary content. You know, we got 1.5 million freaking super attacks coming here on global to 2 million, whereas JP's got 3 million super attacks coming in. So when I tell you that every bit of defense helps, especially from a friend unit, I mean it. You want to get as much in as possible. So as a rule of thumb, I don't typically choose a friend lead that isn't at least 2 dupes. 2 dupes, at least, bare minimum, or full rainbow. It's either rainbow or 2 dupes. Anything less, I'm just gonna either use as like a throwaway from a random event, a daily grinded up stage or something. I mean, otherwise, most of the time, those units that are below the 2 dupe range are lacking. They're really lacking. I'm a person that uses 55% units a lot because I just get crap. I get crapped on summons. A lot of the summons, they just give me the shaft and I'm screwed over. So I depend on that better version of a new, like, disturbingly good unit. I depend on that friend unit to be able to piggyback, like, my crappy 55% is able to piggyback off of that. You know, I need to get carried a little bit. Sometimes in these events, you do need your friend unit to be very good. So if you only have a 55% copy of a unit, then, you know, maybe you should think about using a different leader for a friend unit, one that's rainbowed or 2 links. Whatever the best one would be to help out people, because sometimes a 55% just isn't enough. 55%, sure, that's fine. Your leader, if it's a 55%, so be it. But it's either got to be you or the friend that's lacking, not both. You don't want both lacking. So, let's go into the third step here. Let me get it pulled up here. So that was the fourth ruling that I typically go over personally, which was dupes. And now we're going to move on to the third ruling that I go over every time I look at my friends list and every time I pick a unit. Hidden potential build. Hidden potential build is crucial, guys. It is absolutely absurdly crucial, and I cannot emphasize that enough. I'm gonna give you a couple prime examples for this. So we'll go back to my God Goku as an excellent example. So if you look at my God Goku, I threw in 30 into his additional. Okay, I threw in 30 additional. He's got 8 dodge, and he's just got a little 3 crit. Honestly, I probably should have threw that crit and I should have put it into his additional. I should have put it into his dodge. One of the two. Because obviously I have chosen for this God Goku's build is to do additionals, build up the stackable attack and defense that he has, and to dodge up until I can transform him into this Goku where he starts having automatic crits. So I'm taking advantage of the fact that he can crit. I'm playing the long game with this build of this unit. That's a viable build. That's a completely viable build. It's the build I choose for my unit, and it's the safest build for a lot of teams, in all given honesty. Not everybody follows that. There is other builds, and there's other ways to build units. You can typically... There's always like 1 or 2 builds. There's very few units in the game that... Well, not very few. There's a few amount of units in the game that are solely stuck at a specific type of build. But let's go ahead and go to that unit that has that specific build. And I'm going to tell you right now, it is very, very much mandatory. Super Saiyan Full Power Goku. If you are choosing this guy as your leader, you should know how his kit works. You should know how his kit works. And how his kit works is you shouldn't be doing this. Yeah, this is my Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku. It's the only reason he has it is because it's part of this. That's the only reason. I gave him, it was the only level 5 additional I had at the time to give him, so that's what I gave him. You should really go for an additional build for this Goku. You should not be giving him dodge because he needs to build up. He absolutely needs to build up. So let me see if I can find anyone on my friends list that already has. Actually, let's go in here. There's probably one. Yeah, okay, so right here. Let's see here. What has he got built up in here? So he did the same thing. He did the same thing. A level 8. You don't want to do that. A level 8 is not good. Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku needs to be built properly. And by that, he needs to get hit. Unless he gets hit a certain amount of times, he's not going to be able to go into his standby to go into his freaking full power state. This is where the full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku is good. Not here. Before he transforms, he's really rough. And this, purposely going up into higher evasion, it doesn't work. He's completely fine once he transforms, but giving him more dodge is just a big mistake. It's just a big mistake to give this guy a dodge. It could cost you the run because let's say that you hit turn 4, you hit turn 3, and you only got hit 4 times, and you dodged 1 attack. That means you can't go into standby on turn 5, and that means that you can't transform by turn 7. And with that in mind, you're losing out on damage, you're losing out on defense. It's really, it can be crucial. It can be crucial for this guy to transform immediately, and if he's dodging all of the attacks he needs to get hit first, I mean, it's not going to do it for him. So that's just something to keep in mind, is how you build the unit specifically. Let's look at this Zamasu for another instance. He's got full, he's going for the combo, the additional attack, which is great. That's how you want to build Zamasu. You want to give him additional because he does have built-in crit. Giving him a little crit isn't a bad idea. It would not hurt to maybe give him a level 5 or so dodge, but at the same time, this Zamasu wants to get hit as well. Especially early on, he wants to get hit. He wants to build up his damage. So you don't really necessarily want to give him dodge. Not to mention once he uses his domain effect, he's pretty much invulnerable anyways. So he doesn't really benefit from dodge. You just want to kind of pump up his damage more so. So that would be a correct version of a build as well. But yeah, I mean, there's different ways to build a unit. And if you don't know how to build a unit specifically, you should be going over to my how to builds video, or my videos. Go over to the playlist. I'll put a link up in here. And I'll put it at the end of the video as well. You know, if you don't know how to build them, go look at my videos. Go look at anybody's videos. It doesn't have to be just solely mine. Go check out the Truth or whatever, or whoever else you want to follow, and whoever you want to know how they build their unit, and just make sure you build them correctly the way you want to build them. Because there is a right and wrong way to build some units. Some units, there is a right and wrong way. Most of the time, it's just an either or. You can choose to be either offensive or defensive. That's pretty much what it comes down to, and what you're going to use the unit in. And which is why I go back to when I go back to Rule 5, relevance. Is it relevant to run that unit in the current content? So you gotta really think about that and mix it all together. So I'm gonna change my. I don't want to. Yeah, let's do that. Let's move on to the number 2. The number 2 biggest thing to think about before actually choosing your friend unit or any of your other friend units. Link levels. Link levels. Link levels matter, guys. 100-fold link levels matter excessively. Link levels matter for a couple of reasons. The same reason why hidden potential dupes matter. The same reason that dupes matter. It's the same reason that hidden potential matters. The Super Saiyan Link gives a plus 15% attack. At base, it only gives a 10% if it's active. Okay? The same thing can be said for, like, let's see here, what else is there? For Shocking Speed. Shocking Speed gives a Ki +2 and defense +5%. But if it's only Link level 1, you're only getting Ki +2. You're not getting any defense out of it. You'll get no defense out of this if it's not Link leveled. What's another example? Another example would be, I believe, Saiyan Roar. Saiyan Roar gives attack +25% and defense +10%. You actually, I think the Saiyan Roar's only at 15% attack, and then only like 5% defense, or it's still at 10% defense. But either way, just from Shocking Speed and Saiyan Roar, Prepared for Battle, all 3 of these links active would give you about what, 20% defense? But if none of them are fully link leveled, I don't even think you get 10. So, I mean, you can literally double the amount of defense you have just by link leveling the units. So, you really, I cannot emphasize enough. Let's go to a different unit that actually does matter on what their links absurdly. And that would 100% be any villain unit. Any villain unit with the big bad bosses link. The big bad bosses link matters. It matters so much. It matters so much that this is link level 10. I cannot express it enough. If you do not have big bad bosses at link level 10, it is not active, dependent on the link level you have it at. If it's at link level 1, your health has to be at 50% or lower before it'll activate. Do you have any idea how much a difference of defense plus 25% matters? People bring freaking support units for 25% boost to defense. So when I tell you that you need to have this link at level 10, you're dang well right it needs to be. And I will kick you off my friends list if you're rocking a Zamasu with less than a level 10 big bad bosses. Units like this, like extreme units, that require big bad bosses to be activated to actually be on a good, stable ground, it's just mandatory. It's not an option. It's mandatory that the links are at level 10. I can understand, you know, maybe some 9s and 8s. If it's like a link that's just for a little bit more attack, you know. Let's look at one prime example. I think Nightmare. So Nightmare. If Nightmare's at level 8, it's only giving you like attack plus 13%. Whoop-de-doo. 2% attack. This guy has built-in crit. If he's got the big bad bosses link, his defense is solidly up there. That's what you want to worry about. We're past the days of the meta being a full damage kind of thing. So, I mean, the 2% wouldn't go a long way. Unless you got to the worst case scenario of where you almost killed a boss and you can't even see its health bar. That's happened to me a couple times. But I cannot express enough that some links like big bad bosses are absolutely mandatory and they have to be at level 10. You are just absolutely wasting my time as a friend if you don't have big bad bosses at link level 10. It's not just big bad bosses. There's other links that really should be staying up. And I have a video for that too, about links that you should be link leveling primarily. But yeah, link levels do matter. I believe I tested it out. Links supply about, depending on the unit, links can supply about an average of 2 dupes. About 2 dupes worth of stats. Yeah. So they can typically give about a 2,000 buff total, you know, on calculations wise. A 55% link level 10 unit can have close to the same amount of damage as a rainbow link level 1 unit. Just think about that for a second. A unit that has no dupes, but has max links, can be nearly having the same amount of damage as a unit that is rainbowed, but doesn't have their links leveled up. Can you see how much that makes a difference? Can you really see how much of a difference link levels mean? Just hearing that. It makes a difference. Link level your units that are going to be your friend unit and help your buddy out. Okay? So, let's move on to the last part of this. The last number one uno uno. Okay, well let's go back over the other ones. So the number 5 one that we had, relevance. Units got to be relevant, okay? If you don't have a relevant unit as a friend, nobody's gonna want to use your friend, and they have no reason to have you on your friends list. Just get rid of them if it's like a freaking unit that's past its. If somebody's rocking a Kaioken blue STR Goku, and it's not Extreme Z Awakened, it's not relevant anymore. You know, if somebody's rocking a freaking Z Kai freaking LR Goku, or not Z Kai, but a Z free-to-play Goku, the free one you get at the beginning of the game. I understand, you know, brand new players have to do that, and that's fine. You're a brand new player. But if you're not a brand new player, help your friends out. You need your friends' help, okay? Don't just be throwing random crap units on your friend unit, okay? Dupes matter. Dupes matter excessively. They give you a huge amount of defense boosts. They give you access to the hidden potential builds. You can't have more additional. You can't have more crit. You can't have more dodge without at least having up to 2 dupes. And then the 2 dupes preceding that for Rainbow just give more stat boosts, which do go a long way. So you absolutely need that. That is something you have to consider. The next one is the hidden potential build itself. If the unit is not built properly, then obviously they're not going to do you any good. You know, if you got freaking, if you got Merge Zamasu, Tech Zamasu, that has no hidden potential additional or crit, and he's just got dodge, great. He's dodging. He's not getting extra attack. He's just getting, you know, he's just dodging attacks. Great. I mean, he's just not going to do a lot of damage because he's got only the base 50% crit chance. He's not doing any additionals. I mean, hidden potential matters, man. Hidden potential build matters. Sometimes people need a full dodge build. Sometimes they need a full crit build. It just depends on the unit. And once again, what we just went over, Link level 10 matters. Link level 10s matter excessively. Excessively they matter. All right? That big bad boss is being at level 10 goes a very long way. And for the last ruling is literally the #1 ruling of all, and that's the judgment. You have to judge all of these things all together, all at once. You have to judge them all at once. If all 4 of those other things are not accumulated into one, it's not a great unit to rock as your friend unit. You gotta judge it all. You have to. If I looked at my own Fusion Zamasu, if I looked at this, and this was my friend unit, I had to pick off of somebody else, I'm going to notice, okay, it's rainbowed. Awesome. So, max dupes. Awesome. Full Link level 10s. Great. Fantastic. That means that he's got big bad bosses. He's at max power, 100%. What's his hidden potential build? Full additional. Great. He's going to be doing more additionals. He's going to get more defense. He's going to get more attack on those. He's got a little bit of crit more into there. That means he's going to be doing more damage, which is what you want to do with this Zamasu, is you want to do damage. That's what he does. He tanks in the beginning, and he does absurd amounts of damage at the end of that. That's just how you want to do it. Let's go look at the friends list real quick and just look at some of these requested units. Make an example judgment call, and just so to give an idea. This full power not full power. This Super Saiyan 4 7th anniversary duo. Not a rainbow unit, okay? Not a rainbow unit. Only has 1 dupe. Doesn't have Link level 10s. The unit is old and not relevant. Doesn't even have super attack up. This is a garbage unit. Garbage. Absolute garbage. Should not be on your friend at all. It should not be. No. Absolutely ridiculous. This one, Fred here. He's got 69%. He's not Link level 10. That not Link level 10 does hurt a little bit. Not a huge amount, but you can see the differences here. 4.5% crit chance instead of a 5% crit chance. Only gets Ki +1 instead of Ki +2. Gohan does need Ki. He does need to hit 24 Ki. So, I mean, it does matter that he does get Ki, and without that, that is hurting a bit. I would say these other Link levels aren't as important, like experienced fighters. Gohan can do damage, but he can't do absurd amount of damage. You're not bringing him to do damage. You're bringing him to tank, specifically. So, I mean, on the worst case scenario, if I really wanted to get a run done, I would still use this unit. I would still use him potentially. But it just would not be my first pick whatsoever. I wouldn't be happy with it necessarily. This Zamasu, he's not rainbowed. He's got level 20. He's got Link level 10s, but he's only got 1 dupe. He's only got 1 dupe. But he did go into the additional side. So, I mean, that's not too bad. He should be potentially, hopefully, getting some additionals off. He's got big bad bosses activated at all times. So, I mean, he's sitting decently. Could be better, but it's okay. It's okay. And then you got these brand new players. Like, I'm sorry, brand new players. You know, just get a good unit. You know, when you start playing, you get up to, I don't know, Saiyan Day, you get the brand new unit. Rainbow that sucker as soon as you can. Try to go get them link leveled the best you can. Use orbs. Use link keys. Go into link level stages. I mean, just try your best to get at least one relevant unit maxed out to throw on your friends list other than this, because this isn't helping anybody. Even this is better than the Z Goku, in my opinion. Although I will say this guy's slacking. If you're gonna put a free-to-play unit as your friend unit, and you're not even gonna put the other you're not even gonna max out his super attack, it's a free-to-play unit, dude. If you're gonna waste my time putting him on the friends list, you better well dang have him link level 10, and you better well have his super attack maxed out, because otherwise that's just worthless to me. That's just absolutely worthless. What we want, let's go see what we have. Well, let's go look at some of my YouTuber buddies. Let's see here. Let's see here. We got DBC Russia in here. DBC Russia is just immaculate freaking friend units. He's got the rainbow. He's got freaking link level 10s. He's got ideal builds right here. Crit build for Rose. That's perfect. I mean, that's exactly what you want to see, you know? We got Greg Daw over here. He's avoiding the dodge. That is the correct way. Some people don't even activate the dodge, but that's fine. The level 5 is what it is. He's an intelligence unit, but he went for that full additional, and he's got that full link level 10s. That's exactly what you want to see. So Greg Daw's got it right with him. But yeah, I mean, you really got to pay attention to those kind of things. And I'd like to point out Kefla real quick for global players. So, my buddy Jinx here, he's got Kefla as a leader. Kefla got a really good EZA. I would classify her as relevant right now, but maybe in another week or two, I would say I wouldn't be wanting this on my friends list. She freshly EZA'd a couple weeks ago. She's still kind of ripe out there for people wanting to use her. He's got link level 10s. He's got a moderately correct build with additionals and crit. That's how you want to build Kefla. I mean, that's the way you want to do it. You know, if it's not the most popular unit, that's fine. But Rainbow, link level 10, optimal build, that's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. Oh. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for the video. I just really, really, really wanted to, like, put it out there of how you should be choosing your friend unit and what units you should be looking out for on your friends list. You know, every now and again, people like to put, you know, they like to put other friends units. You know, Celtic Link will sometimes ask me, hey, can you put out, like, freaking Sword of Hope Future Trunks? I can't find any other friends right now. Sure, yeah, I'll throw him out there for him. You know, I'll throw out a unit for my buddy to use if he absolutely needs. So there's nothing wrong with that. Just don't keep it up all freaking day. Don't keep it up for the entirety of the week or what have you, especially if you're like me. You only got a 55% copy. You can put up better units than the Sword of Hope Trunks. You can put up rainbow units to much more help out the full amount of your friends list in total. So, but anyways, guys, I hope this helped you decide how to, well, which friend unit to put into your friend supporter and what friends you should be thinking about keeping on your friends list. So, anyways, guys, thanks for watching and have a good day and a good night.